Basketball on the Big Ten Network is presented by Jeep. The Nebraska Cornhuskers come to Eugene for the first time in over 12 years to take on the 16th ranked team in the nation, the Oregon Ducks, here at Matthew Knight Arena. Nebraska coming off a signature overtime win over Illinois.
Williams has been terrific all year. The idea behind inserting Bartholomew into the starting lineup is to try and take the ball out of the hands of Shellstead a little bit, free him up for a little more catch and shoot game, because they need his production if they're going to win. Did not score in that UCLA game, and so let's see if it works in putting Bartholomew into the starting lineup and what it does for Shellstead and others.
A stunning loss. Not that it happened, but how dominant UCLA was. Exactly. Here's Nate Biddle in the paint for the dunk.
Well, one area to keep an eye on, Nebraska very good at limiting paint touches, paint scores. They just don't let big score down there. But Oregon thinks they can do it. They're going to put Biddle in position to get it in the paint, and if they come, he has the ability to spray it out and get guys looks on the perimeter.
Here's Andrew Morgan with it at the top, and Biddle giving him plenty of room. They're not giving Williams any room, but Buchtenjel gets free, and he can't connect.
You know, being at shoot-around for the first time for Nebraska, they run, Fred Hoiberg runs really, really good offense. The difference this year versus last year for Nebraska, they're just not as good of a shooting team as they were last year. They could out-offense people last year. This year, just not as good offensively, so as Gary gets the foul.
Two of his sisters live in Nebraska. His brother, Dirk, who's
the head coach. A lot of ties to this game. It's fun to create if he is on the offensive end. Bryce Williams is a tough guard because he's all the 6'7". He initiates the offense a lot, but he's the primary scorer as well.
What a pass. Whoa. To Andrew Morgan.
And that's why you like see where Biddle's playing Morgan, basically plugging that entire middle.
Just hanging out in the paint.
It's not even drop coverage because there's no ball screen. He's just standing in the middle of the lane.
Wow. Williams making that look easy, a pure three.
He's one guy you get a lot of attention in the scouting report, and he's figured out a way to really affect the game with his scoring.
Bamba like a running back right into the lane.
Well, Bamba struggled. Last time you and I were here, he was really struggling from three, and I think in the paint.
Just 25% from three on the year. They double on Williams. And it creates an open look for Sam Hoiberg. Morgan there to clean it up, and falling away, he scores.
You see the versatility of Williams. Exactly what I was saying. Try and manufacture some of your own and get the pressure off.
The two players on the floor now for Nebraska in Mia and Wooster, who played against Oregon before at Washington and Utah respectively. That
winning this Jawan Gary, you know, he's got good numbers, but they're not player almost every night. Good player. Biddle out on the perimeter. He is a capable three-point shooter.
Mia with that block. Williams into contact. It won't go down. Gary the offensive rebound. And a foul.
What I'm saying about Gary, like that won't show. He'll get an offensive rebound in the
Oregon. First on Bamba.
He was going up, but you don't know if he was going up to shoot or pass. He could have been just going up.
Just about 7 minutes gone by here in the first half, and Oregon's got 4 points down.
And the game isn't fast either, which when Oregon's right, the game's usually going pretty fast. They can set up their press. Let's play by Tracy. You know, they press out of Meg.
He responds to that, but he has been one of the more sort of energized, emotional leaders of this team. Defending Wooster here with 7 on the shot clock. Around a Mia screen. Wooster, tough shot. Raindrop.
Had one field goal attempt against Nebraska because of what you just saw there. They just converge on whoever gets the ball in the paint and don't let them score. Good sign for Oregon. Shellstead made 3. And Winover's trying to slow it down, but they're certainly not willing to run with Oregon.
Evans goes by a Sejan and into contact. The foul on Braxton Mia, his first.
And the motion, and you're not set yet. It's an automatic. One thing that's interesting about Nebraska we haven't talked about yet, guys, the fact that they lost 6 in a row.
He told us it's as good as he's seen the league in several years. Maybe the only thing that he said matches his first year. Barthélemy didn't catch that clean, so couldn't go up. Instead, dribbles in to a mid-range jumper that is pure.
He's shooting it really well from three this year, 43%. But he started his career being that guy. Rip and go, 1-2 dribble pull-ups, get to the float game. He's added consistent perimeter three-point shooting to that.
They'll let Wooster take it, and he makes the Ducks pay.
Illinois did that the other night. They were daring.
Denied by Buchtengel.
Berke not known for his defense, but big, and that time challenged a shot.
Sets a good screen for Williams, who misses the three. Esijan pokes it away.
They're not going to leave that guy.
Williams, and it goes down.
Esijan, when he comes losing streak, but I watched the Illinois game, and the defense they played in the Illinois game, they brought out here to Eugene today. Really good defensively here in the first half.
Supreme Cook scores.
I was just going to say, Guy, it turns out nobody wants to play USC now, but isn't it nobody wants to play anybody at this point?
There was a stretch no one wanted to play Minnesota not that long ago. Oh, Williams at three, and he's fouled. He banks in the triple, and he's got a chance at a 4-point play.
I just don't understand that. And I've said it a couple times this year. You are not going to block three-point shots, and if you do,
Williams.
But if you're contesting that hard, you're gonna land in there.
Line from Biddle. Angel follow. No, it is just a war zone in the paint right now, and it comes away to Hoiberg. Here comes Wooster.
Now they got numbers.
It's Williams. Extra pass to Jawan Gary. And Dan
14 points, but also getting out to the three-point line. Like 5 three-point attempts in the first 12-plus minutes for Oregon. You're doing your job defensively.
Oregon takes 23 a game. Here's Bamba out of the timeout, and he gets the foul and the basket. It's on Wooster. He's playing with 2 fouls here in this first half.
Let's see it.
Buchtengel passed up the 3.
Good pass.
That was tough to throw and tough to catch. And then he bats it out.
Winning plays. Buchtengel
honoring Nebraska volleyball with that offensive rebound, and Wooster gets 2 points out of it.
You're not doing well offensively or defensively. I don't know, offense, defense, whatever. They might be affecting either.
Buchtengel breaks through. He's been trying to hit a 3 tonight, and he gets one there.
But like that play right with their defense. Oregon's a good offensive team, and they are just cutting everything off. 17 points in almost 15 minutes for Oregon.
Hoiberg beats Biddle to the spot. He knew he had Biddle on his heels, and he makes his first basket today.
UCLA playing as good as anybody in the conference right now.
How about that?
After they lost 4 in a row.
Right. That goes through the hands of Shellstad. Tracy trying to chase down. And Williams with the dunk.
Offense isn't really going, and defense isn't as sharp as we've seen it.
So the numbers on the screen there. There's Williams. High off the window. Mia the rebound, and he gets fouled. Nebraska shooting it at 60%. Second foul on Biddle. Probably a little premature, but they do find themselves, the bottom 3 teams in this league. Historically, you don't get to watch the Huskers and sleep in your own bed. Like Shellstad.
That was clear side for Shellstad. When he goes to his right, Guy, he is so explosive, way more explosive than going to his left. Like a blur. You can't stay in front of him going to his right. You saw it there. Gets to the pull-up.
Shellstad with the takeaway. Bamba elevates and scores.
This is what they need to do.
Aaron Eulis surveying.
Usually drop back into this matchup zone that they're doing now.
Here comes Bamba. And Eulis fouls him on the floor. Play continues. The history of great running backs here at Oregon. Although he might.
After that last time out, you're starting to see some urgency on the defensive end from Oregon.
Barthélemy. And now Shellstad.
Look at that. Hoiberg, good job keeping him in front.
Barthélemy, no. Supreme Cook offensive board. Sam Hoiberg almost blocked it, but commits the foul.
But see, this is glass.
You're right, bomb. Fred Hoiberg telling us before the game, you saw a look at Dan Altman, that he was
4-on-4. It favors the offense.
Sejan, tough shot.
Yeah, everything difficult now for Nebraska these last 4 or 5 possessions.
Sejan has not scored in this first half. Tracy is wide open, and he converts.
They got Shellstad a good look in the corner, just didn't knock it down.
Six-second shot clock, game clock differential.
Oregon should get another look.
Williams, nobody home, and he throws it down.
That'll stop a run.
Oh, that was forceful. Now 5 seconds for Shellstad. And a miscommunication with Barthélemy and a turnover, 0.8 of a second.
No one home.
Buchtengel. Well, Nebraska led by 15 points.
He's starting the second half for Oregon. Barthélemy not starting like he did the game.
Nebraska had a comfortable lead against Illinois. Illinois came back, sent it to overtime. Nebraska, in a gritty effort, won the game. And there is Andrew Morgan. 9 points for TJ Bamba. Leads the way for Oregon.
Let's see if Oregon can get off to a better offensive start in this half so that they can set that press up. That's what allowed them to really get back in this game, is they made a couple buckets and then were able to get back in. And here we go. Players, we said Bamba was the first pick. Got a few texts about that.
We spent too much time at halftime coming up with the team.
Wesley Yates at USC comes to mind as a top pick in that draft as well.
Bryce Williams. Never combined threes in this game between the two teams.
That's surprising. Neither team shoots it great, but they shoot them.
They both are around 33%.
Well, in contrast, Illinois shot 42 the other night against Nebraska.
They have 3 ranked wins already this year. A run and shoot high school quarterback. That's what Fred Hoiberg was.
Yeah, he was talking to us about that today. That had like 20-something passing touchdowns and 20-something running touchdowns.
Go! Brandon Angel, after a quiet first half, 5 on the clock, in rhythm, into a 3, and another bomb aboard.
See, Oregon's looking to push here in this half. That game was too slow for most of that first half for Oregon's liking.
Tracy aggressive, and he draws the foul.
Altman there, yeah, like he's really talking to them earlier today.
By the way, Andrew Morgan to the bench with 3 fouls. That's what puts Tracy at the line here. So he's out of the game. Raleigh Rooster is back in for Nebraska. And that pressure burns off pretty easily for the Huskers. Gary going right at Angel to score. He's got 11 points.
And a hard fall, bounces right back up.
Coming off that 13-point, but the headline, 8 rebounds he had against Illinois. Tracy, he has 9. He ends up on the ground, heals himself up.
Hoiberg's had 2 really good looks in this half. Just hasn't been able to knock him down.
Angel.
Why he didn't shoot that.
Instead he gets it into Supreme Cook. He's got the smaller Rooster on and takes advantage.
You have to make teams pay for switching, especially smalls guarding bigs down on the block.
Gary unafraid. And he scores quickly on the other end. In for Oregon as well. And Morgan back in. So Morgan and Bamba both in the game with 3 fouls. Rooster accelerates and creates a look for Bryce Williams. Williams now with 16 points.
A good find by Wooster. Good hesitation by Bryce Williams to get to the other side of the rim. Easy layup.
Bamba cut off, puts a shoulder into Wooster, and there is Supreme Cook.
Nice job by Bamba. Mentioned it in the first half. Nebraska, for the most part, pretty good transition defense against Oregon.
Tracy gets it out quick. Evans rebound. Evans fouled, and Evans will go to the line for
at least 4 that were wide open.
2 from the 2 in this half. I think a nice Instagram feature would be Don doing his basketball players that would be football players. Maybe we could get that shot.
We would welcome any and all more submissions to that draft.
Did I say Cohen Carr on the air? That was a submission.
Cohen Carr, just throw it up in the end zone. He'll just jump over everybody and get it.
Roddy Gale of Michigan. It's scary.
I think they.
Well, now they do.
Yes, they do.
Here's Sam Hoiberg.
Late clock.
Williams.
Pass.
Morgan gets in the air and scores. Through in the second half. Nobody's made a three.
Well, the game slowed down again, guys.
Williams is not bothered by the pace. 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Creates a look for Morgan, who goes spinning through the air. Evans got hurt, is down in some pain. The foul. As Morgan misses the free throw, 61. Maybe Dana Altman feeling like it's now or never. Morgan misses both.
Game at a slower pace.
Angel. It's like there's 7 defenders on the floor. They rotate so fast. You mentioned earlier, Don. Bamba bothered. Angel rebound and fouled on the floor. That is the 7th team foul on Nebraska. That is Angel.
Post-ups today either. Let's see if Nebraska goes here.
In the hands of Williams. 20 points for him.
Finds a way to get to that rim, doesn't he? Went between defenders that time. Shot blocker Biddle out of the play. Laid it in.
And a foul on Hoiberg, number 2 on him, 8th team foul. You mentioned his brother is visiting here today from Wilbur.
Get fixed.
There is no doubt you're going to get an honest bid.
That's right.
Family since sold it, but
Got it. I thought you meant like writing a check or something.
Bryce Williams can't hit that. And now Shellstad.
I like it. Get it down the court.
Good matchup here, Bamba and Williams. And Williams, with the help of the screen, kind of distracting Bamba, slipped by him when he wasn't looking.
And they're lifting Morgan out to the three-point line to take Biddle out of the paint.
Shellstad, aggressive move.
So you can drive in there on Oregon if Biddle's not.
Stat of 89% free throw shooter.
Get down into the half court or score. That's what got Oregon back in the game late in that first half, is Nebraska was turning it over against this pressure.
And now they're in the double bonus. Buchengel trapped. Oh, there was some contact there. Luckily for Bamba, no foul call. Whoa, look out! Juwan Gary.
Speaking of execution against the pressure, done perfectly there by Nebraska.
It's not the first time they've got a dunk off of a full court press today. Shellstad feeling it, and he hits. And Dan Altman will
see where Nebraska goes here in the half court. I'm assuming this guy will decide the play. Bryce Williams
got 22 points. Creates an open look. Gary hits the three.
Big shot. Gary been struggling all year for contested. He still had enough time on the clock to rip that down and try and make a play for somebody else.
He's 1 of 10 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. Williams could not. He did avoid the contact.
At 52 against UCLA. It's not like they're walking it up every time. That's why the score's down.
Back to a 10-point game. Tough catch for Biddle. Angel squeezes it in.
Needed that. And getting off a 6-game losing streak, that was a huge game for them. But it has translated into this game. Their defense has been really good for the most part all night.
Wooster got fouled by Biddle. It's a great tradition here. We're about 5 hours behind, so they didn't get in until after midnight on the body clock.
Right, you were talking about Fred Hoiberg. Wooster, too, in high school.
It looked like he ran for a few first downs.
Probably ran some people over.
Buchengel can't hit it, and it comes out to Bamba. Bamba puts his head down and gets fouled on the floor, but 2 free throws are 4% on the year. And, I mean, Ohio State is what now? Well, it's not. They haven't shot it much better. Here's Angel, and he hits just the 5th three of the game for Oregon.
And he's the guy that can really shoot from behind the line. Now it kind of flips a little bit. You got a 6-point game. Now Oregon can't foul. It's interesting. Oregon gets a stop here.
Williams taking his time. Oregon trying to trap him. Wooster glances at the clock. Tough shot over Bamba. Oh, and he hits it.
Well, Bryce Williams got strung out by 2 defenders all the way to half court. Was able to outlet it. And Wooster at the end of the clock. It's a big 2.
Angel answers. And Dan Altman will take a timeout. The final timeout for
because it's on the road.
Well, getting to the top 50 helps their opponents. I guess played them in the neutral. It doesn't really matter in the league anymore. That foul is on Tracy. The one that, you know, is kind of borderline road games. Right? Like if you're Michigan State, you lose on the road. But SC's top 70, it's all right. Here's Shellstad racing up. He got a piece of that. Gary's done everything today.
Everything.
Poked away by Bamba.
No live ball turnovers.
Angel with it up.
2-possession game again.
Gary gets fouled, and Bamba is fouled out of the game.
Possession. Quick steal and score for Oregon. Back to a 2-possession game.
And a foul worth taking. Angel. Shellstad.
Nebraska defense covering everything out.
Under a minute left, and Bamba gets the and one. Nebraska has been in 6 games this year that were 1 or 2 possession games. So has Oregon.
Oh, here comes the press again.
Oregon is 5-1 in those games. Wooster gets it in. Hoiberg back to Wooster. Williams got it up to Gary, and he gets fouled by Tracy. Gary is now 9 of 11.
Earlier, you'd like a 3, don't have to have a 3. But you're going to have to rely on Nebraska missing some free throws here down the stretch if you can't turn them over.
Shellstad. This is a tough shot. And there's the rebound for Williams, and he gets fouled immediately by Bamba, and that is number 5. Tested against Illinois, had a lead, went to overtime, won the game, and they'd be a 5-5 team instead of a 3-7 team. Headed towards a 4-7 record if this holds here in the final 38.9. Barthelemy.
No more timeouts, Oregon.
That's right, no more timeouts for Oregon. Good point.
Gotta get it in.
In those standings. And a foul taken by Tracy. And that'll send
well,
remember,
to the line. The 2 things we're watching the most is this regular season.
The 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seeds, like at 9 playing that first day. is going to feel like a big deal as well in the final couple of weeks.
Seed, 6 seed, and you're playing so well that you're able to, with one less game, able to rip through the Big Ten tournament.
Shellstad, long 2, and he hits it. Shellstad with 15 today. Shot clock is off, and Shellstad fouls Wooster, a solid free throw shooter who walked out. Big one there. Bartholomew. Uchtengel all over him. Forces the pass. Shellstad into traffic, and he draws the foul on Gary. 2 free throws coming for Shellstad.
Illinois, and they were good defensively again here today.
Shellstad got the second. 28 points today for Bryce Williams, coming off the 27 in OT against Illinois. Wooster uses the last timeout. In state, and it was exactly what you said, like a Hail Mary kind of home run play. Wooster just throws it up to Bryce Williams, and he's got it. And Oregon's going to let Nebraska dribble it out. So Bryce Williams with 28. Juwan Gary with 23, and for the first time in 26 years, Nebraska's won 4 games against top 25 opponents after a 6-game losing streak. The Huskers now with back-to-back wins, and they have found their groove.